Hey, what's up? This is Dr. LeBauer. Welcome back to the Cash PT Lunch Hour podcast. Today, we're going to talk about success and how to make a lot of money and what you need to do, the 20 things you need to be able to do as an entrepreneur in 2023 to ensure your success, because you're responsible for your own success. So if you're watching this on YouTube, click let's see if this works. I always get this wrong. Click like and then hit the subscribe and notification bell, or maybe it's the other way around. And get my camera in the right place. And then what I want you to do, if you're watching this live on Facebook, or you're watching the recording on YouTube, or if you're in there, one of those places, please comment below. If you comment, one, it helps the algorithm and more people will see it. And two, it lets me know what resonated for you. So just comment if there's something that resonates for you, you're like, oh, aha, type it in because someone else is going to benefit. It's called pay it forward. And it helps me understand what resonates for you so I can create more content that helps you. So today, we're going to talk about how you're responsible for your own success. Okay, and I'm going to talk about the 20 things that you need to learn. I know it's a lot. A couple of them are small, but look, here's the deal. You were taught how to be a good student. Even my kids said to me the other day, Dad, I'm not going to need to know algebra. And I'm like, I know. But what you're going to need to know is how to learn. Okay, so you spent 20-something years in school, and what you have to understand is the learning phase is not over. You just got to know why you need to learn these things. I mean, a lot of these things you could have someone else do for you. It's just going to cost you more money, and a little bit of control. But a lot of these things are like the essential skills that I have that it helped me make $1 million last year. Helped me generate, I've won two Klama Club awards from ClickFunnels. So I've generated $1 million in 2 different funnels on ClickFunnels. I've helped my coaching clients earn, I don't know, millions and millions and millions of dollars. I haven't added it all up, but they're making multiple 6 and 7 figures in faster time than I was able to do it. So this is what it is. This is the deal. Okay, so if success, money, impact, and freedom is really what you want, there are new skills you need to learn. You did not learn these skills in school. Just like my daughter said to me, Dad, they should teach us real skills like banking. They should teach us how to manage. I was like, yes, they should teach you how to manage money. They're not learning these things. They're learning how to conjugate verbs in Spanish, not how to ask where the bathroom is or place an order at a restaurant, which would be helpful. So if success, money, impact, and freedom is what you want, if you want to own a business because it's going to give you those things, you have new skills you need to learn. If you want those things and you don't want to own a business, there's different ways. I'm sure there's different ways to do it, but don't own a business just to own the business. Own a business for what it gives you and how it helps people, right? If you want to help people on a massive scale, if you're a physical therapist and oh man, I help people, I can help people, it's your ethical obligation to figure out how to help more than just 25 to 50 people a week. Well, look, I saw 43 people in one day, so maybe you're seeing 150 people a week. Still not enough. I can help thousands of people in a week, and I should be able to help tens of thousands. I've put out 230 podcasts. They come out once a week. Thousands of people have listened to this podcast. I don't know how many people listen a day or how many people listen a week because I haven't run those numbers in a long time. But I do know that there's 200,000 physical therapists, and a majority of physical therapists need to learn these skills, want to learn the information that I've learned, right? That's in my head. So I'm going to come and share it. Being an amazing clinician and treating 15 to 25 patients a week, like I said, or even 50 patients a week, isn't really enough if you truly want to help people on a massive scale. If you want to change the way Americans think about pain, injury, and disease, if you want to change, the way Hollywood portrays, opioids as like rock candy, then you need to go big. And if you want to create a life of freedom and fulfillment for yourself and your family, gotta learn some new skills. And I put down, this didn't take me very long. I wrote down 20 skills that you need to learn. And we're going to talk about them. Some of them are self-explanatory and some of them will take a little bit of time to explain. And in no particular order other than the order they came out of my head. You need to learn marketing. I mean, you really need to learn marketing. You need to learn marketing. Marketing is taking someone who doesn't know you and turning them into someone who does know who you are, and then taking that suspect and turning into a prospect, which is a suspect is someone who is your avatar. Look, let's back up, say there's everybody, and then there's people that are your avatar, like physical therapists. They're part of my avatar. It's not really the exact one. But then there's people that's a suspect, and then become a prospect when they know who I am. They become a lead when I get their name, phone number, email address in exchange for something valuable. And then they become a client when they pay me money. You need to know how to do that. All the way up to paying you money is marketing. Okay, there's marketing, there's brand marketing, which Coca-Cola does. There's direct response marketing, which is what I do, which is Dan Kennedy's the king of direct response marketing. And then there's sales. Number 2 is sales. You need to learn sales. It's your ethical obligation to learn sales. If you are a healthcare provider, a physical therapist, and you know that your service and your skill and your expertise helps people truly feel better, heal their body, avoid unnecessary imaging, expensive imaging, and dangerous surgery, then it's your ethical obligation to learn sales. Sales is not a 4-letter word. Sales takes time to learn, just like any other skill, just like swinging a kettlebell, it takes time. You have to do it hundreds or thousands of times to get it right. I was on a call with my kettlebell coach, Brett Jones, the other day, and he's still critiquing my swing. I've been doing a lot of snatches, so it's going to change. It ends up changing your swing a little bit. I'm still tweaking. I'm still working on my sales process. You cannot be scared of sales, and you cannot be scared of prospecting, which is going out and making cold leads, because sometimes you got to go prospect to make some sales. But if you're scared of it, it ain't ever going to happen. Okay? Number 3, you have to learn email marketing, which is a subset of marketing, but it's email marketing and automations. You really have to learn it. It's a separate skill from regular marketing. It's a subset. You have to learn it. It's the reason why I don't have very many followers on Instagram, but yet I make a whole lot more than most of the physical therapists out there with 50,000, 70,000, 100,000 or more followers. I make a whole lot more than them because they don't own their followers. Their followers are not on their email list. Just imagine if they had half those followers on their email list, they'd be crushing it. My email list is like 4 times the size of the amount of people that follow me. So anyways, you have to learn email marketing and automation. And everyone who emails you and says, oh, don't send me these emails, and I never signed up for this, they did. And you just have to get over that part. And maybe you're listening, and maybe you're like, Aaron sent me 2 emails. I can tell you what, I'm not going to stop sending you emails until you hit the unsubscribe button, because as an email marketer, it's not my job to end the conversation. That's your job. You asked to be part of the conversation, and you get to end it. It's not my job to end the conversation. I'm going to keep following up with you. So welcome to my world. You want to make money, you got to learn email marketing, and you got to learn how to automate, use email automations. Save me so much time. It's ridiculous. We can do a whole class on just like one of them, which I've done in our Platinum Mastermind. Even as part of my Platinum Mastermind, I got an automation that you need, I'll just give it to you, but you got to ask, and you got to be in the mastermind, or one of my private coaching clients. Number 4, I'm going to go back to basics. You have to learn how to ask Google for help. Shoot, you even ask ChatGPT for help these days. You have to learn how to be resourceful. It's really about being resourceful. Like, don't ask me stupid questions, and don't come to my Facebook group and ask stupid questions. Like, look, there's no stupid question other than the question that is so easy for you to go Google that you should just be Googling it. Because sometimes I just want to go and I've done this before, just search the question in Google and copy and paste the URL with the results and be like, here you go. It's not specifics on like HIPAA and Medicare and things like that, which they're on the blog, and you could do a little research, but that is why a group is fast. But it's like little things like, how do I write an ebook? Like, there's YouTube. YouTube's a whole world out there. It'll tell you how to write and produce an ebook. I even have a video on YouTube on how to write and publish and send an ebook. I mean, you have to learn how to be resourceful, and then go to a group and a coach for the deeper question to help save you time. Like a question about, there should be one in here, and learn how to ask questions. I don't even think I have that. Maybe that's number 21. Learn how to ask questions. I just have a longer podcast. So learn how to ask questions. The best questions to ask are, hey, I've been thinking about going left or going right. Hey, coach, which direction do I turn? Go right. It's like, I'm your coach. I'm in the helicopter and you're running in the forest, and I can see, beyond the trees, and all you see is trees. And if you keep running straight, you're going to keep running through the forest. If you turn right, you're going to run off the cliff. If you turn left, you'll hit the road and you can get in the car and go home. Right? I'm in the helicopter and we have a two-way radio. Like, the best questions to ask are, Aaron, I read your post, or I watched the training on this, and I'm thinking about doing this, or I'm thinking about doing that. Which one do I do? And I'm like, do this one. And then you just go and do it and get it done, and you get results. I mean, there's so many people who are doing that kind of thing in our group. Jen Neesit is doing it. Just Jenny Owen, Mike and Christy and Jackson Hole. They're just crushing their goals because they just ask questions and they go and do it. Hey, learn how to ask good questions. Copywriting. Number 6, copywriting. I think I did 4 and 5 and learn how to ask questions. Number 6, you need to learn copywriting. Copywriting is how you convey your message to people through words. This isn't a history paper, and this isn't an English paper. It's copywriting. Copywriting, there needs to be a hook. There needs to be some sensationalism, but it needs to speak directly to what the prospect is thinking. You need to use the words that your customers are using or thinking to themselves. That's copywriting. You need to listen to emotion. That's email. There's part about writing emails, but it's also sales pages, landing pages, buttons, social media posts, etc. You really need to learn copywriting. Like, you can go hire someone to do copywriting for you. You're still going to spend time with them. They need to interview you about your clients and customers. You can hire someone to do marketing and set up automations. You could hire someone to do sales, and you could hire a marketing agency. But if you hire a marketing agency, there's a lot of things you need to know in order for it to work, and you need to be willing to spend a lot of money to figure it out. So copywriting is a skill that you need. Now, you don't need to long-term write all your emails, but I still write all mine. I even asked Bedros this a few years ago at one of our VIP days, like, are you still writing your emails? Like, yeah, I'm still writing my emails. Last time I talked to him, someone else is writing his emails for him. But they have his voice in his videos, and they can write them in his voice and do it well enough, right? But you need to learn that skill. You really need to learn that skill. You want to make a lot of money, you need to learn copywriting. Number 7, you need to learn YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine in the world. Number 1 is Google. They're owned by the same company. You need to learn YouTube. Learn to use YouTube to gather information, but not just information. It's like asking the easy questions, but you really need to learn how to use YouTube to provide answers for how-to questions. I mean, I've got over 1 million views on YouTube on my clinic channel. It's because I've been using YouTube for 13 or 14 years. You really need to use YouTube. Number 8, communication. You need to learn how to communicate with people. You need to learn how to shake their hand, look them in the eye. You need to learn how to communicate with them in text message, DMs, social media, Zoom. You need to learn how to speak in a way that people stay interested, but they understand. So you need to change your tonality. You change your speed, your volume. You can talk like this and get really close to the camera, or you can talk really loud and be like, hey, check it out. I've got a really dope sweatshirt on. You need to communicate. You need to communicate at like a 5th grade level, especially when we're doing marketing, copywriting, etc., and not use big words. Big words confuse and confound people. Number 9, video production. I'll call video production just as much as what I'm doing right now. I'm recording a video, a Facebook Live video in my Facebook group, and I'm going to download it and put it in a folder, and my VA is going to actually do the production part. But it's like video, I need to know about it. I need to know what the end result needs to be, and I need to actually get on and do some videos. And, part of the communication part and the video production part, they go together, where I was listening to someone recently, and every 30 seconds he had, okay. And there's maybe some things that I do if I listen to myself. I misspeak words a lot, and I do things like that. I mean, I've got dyslexia, so a lot of times what I'm thinking doesn't come out of my mouth in the right way, or I'm thinking faster than I can speak or type. This is the way my brain works, right? You need to learn how to communicate, but you also need to learn how to produce videos, and be comfortable in front of the camera. Because if you want to sell things online, you're going to have a hard time doing it if you're not comfortable on camera. Like, there are ways to do it. You can do a video sales letter. It's a little bit more old school way. Your face isn't on there, but it's still your voice or someone you pay's voice. But it's so much better to be like, hi, my name is Aaron LeBauer from LeBauer Consulting. And today you're going to learn the 5 steps to creating a brand and making millions online, or whatever it is. And you, ooh, damn. Without, spending 50 hours a week doing X, Y, and Z. I don't know, something like that. You need to be able to do videos. Number 10, relationship building. You got to build relationships. One of the top ways that I built my coaching and consulting business was relationships. Guess what I did? I went to live events. I went to CSM. I went to PPS. Greg Todd and I put on Smart Success Live for a few years, and then I've been to his event, Smart Success Healthcare. I've been to other live events, et cetera. We got PT BizCon. I mean, relationship building. You need to get on Zoom calls with people and build relationships, and not just ask for the sale right away. You need to build a relationship even in DMs when someone follows you. Hey, thanks for following me. Thanks for your friend request. And then I'm not going to try to sell you something right away. You got to build relationships. 11, workshops and webinars. You got to be able to do some kind of workshop, in-person, webinar. It doesn't have to be an hour and a half long webinar. It can be a 10-minute webinar. This is a little mini webinar if you're watching it on YouTube, or in the Facebook group. Okay, you got to be comfortable on camera. You got to run a workshop and webinar with a call to action at the end. So if you stay long enough, I'm going to tell you how you can get a good deal to PT BizCon. Like, yes, I'm going to give you a call to action at the pretty much end of everything. Am I going to try to sell you? I'm not trying to sell you. I'm trying to give you an opportunity to get what you asked for. Help growing your business. Because why would you be here if you didn't want help growing your business? Or like, why would you be here this long? You already know what my voice sounds like. You would have turned it off in the beginning if you were like, oh, that's what Aaron sounds like. If you want to see my red hair, you can go to YouTube and see my red hair and then leave. I mean, but you got to do workshops and webinars. And they're valuable, and they give people help and information. They teach you what you need to know, when you need to get help, who to get help from, and generally offer an opportunity for you to work with the person at the end. So, one of the ways that I'll start those is say, hey, I'm going to give you everything I got in the time that we have. And at the end, if you'd like more help, I'll show you where to go to get it. Sound good? Yeah, sounds great. That's a webinar, workshop. 12, time management. You got to get good at time management. Like, work-life balance is a myth. It doesn't exist, but you need to get good at managing your time and really specifically blocking off time. Like, block off time to, in your most creative part of the day. Block off time for calls. I generally do calls in the afternoon with other people because I'm more creative in the morning, first thing in the morning, and I get tired at the end of the day. And if I try to be creative in the end of the day, then I'm not very productive. But I can do these videos at the end of the day because it energizes me to do it. So time management, it's really time blocking. I should probably put time blocking, but time management. And I'm really not great at managing my time until I am. And at the same time, you really have to know yourself so that you can be most productive at the time of the day where you are for the different tasks. That way you won't have to work, 180-hour weeks. You could do two and a half day weeks. Like one of my clients, Just Jenny. She does like $30K a month and she works 2.5 days. She's got the time management thing locked down. 13, employee management. You need to learn how to manage your employees. And this is called being a leader, leading from the front. It's about clear communication. We already talked about communication and expectations. We're not going to go more into that other than to say you will not get to $1 million without a team. There's no way some people can. You can sell one thing for $1 million or two things for 500,000. But most people aren't going to build a business to 7 figures without team members and employees. So number 14, you need to learn how to use a virtual assistant. If you want to sell things online, you're going to use VAs, even if it's a short-term VA like someone from Fiverr. You need to learn how to use them. You need to learn what to use them for. You need to have a list of things that they do. You need to, when you give them instructions, they need a visual instruction. They need a auditory instruction and a written instruction. And the way I like to do that is use something like Screencast-O-Matic or Loom and record the task and how I like to do it and what I want them to do. And then I'll write down the instructions as well. And that way they get 3 different ways, because most virtual assistants don't speak English as a first language. And even if they do, even my VAs and team members who speak English as a first language, if I'm not very clear expectations of what needs to be done in the time frame, then it can go haywire, or things won't get done I'll expect them to be done. And they're like, well, you didn't give me a time frame, and I prioritized something else. Great. Well, when I said I wanted it done, I meant I wanted it done today, but I didn't say today. I wasn't direct enough. And that's one of the things that I have a hard time with. So how do you use a VA? You actually need to use VAs, but you need to learn how to. Number 15, investing. You really need to get good at investing. Number 1, in yourself, and number 2, in assets to produce revenue without you consistently working for them. So number 1, invest in yourself. You're your own best asset. I've invested more in myself than I did in PT school. PT school was an investment in myself, but since PT school, I've invested more in personal development and business coaches than I have in PT school. $50,000 a year for private coaching with Bedros, $35,000 for this mastermind I'm in, Black Belt. I've got another mastermind I'm starting that's more of a experiential and business mastermind called Operation Black Site. It was $20,000. It was kind of like a deal. I was like, wow, it's only that. But that one's more about networking. And we don't get anything. I get 3 events a year and I don't really get anything in between. You need to invest in yourself, but you also need to invest in assets like your home, not your car, like home you don't live in, a business opportunity that pays you dividends or pays you every month, or build a system that generates revenue for you without you constantly working for it, or you can automate the process. Those are assets. There's a lot of other asset classes. That's a whole master class itself as well. Number 16, websites and landing pages. Like, you don't need to be a great website designer, but in 2023, website design is so easy. There's templates out there. All you got to do is plug and play the information. The problem is you aren't clear on who your avatar is, what your USP is, or what your offer is. You don't have anything to plug in there, and you make it all about you and your accomplishments and your degrees. And a website should be really all about your clients' wants, needs, and desires. And you don't even really need a website. You just need like a really good landing page, and you can make $100,000 without a website. More people hit my landing pages than my website, that's for sure. 17, you need to have a proven offer. This may be one of the harder things to get for people because they think they have a proven offer, but it's only proven to you. It's not proven to your clients and customers. People won't pay you for what you know because you think they want what you know, but really they want what they want. And those are 2 different things. People have unique wants and desires, and you need to interview them to figure out what it is they want. And then you have an offer. And your offer, part of a proven offer, like a really good like in-person sales offer, the offer includes what people just told you off the call. Now, a good proven offer for a free lead magnet is what 50 people told me they wanted, or what I used. The Cash PT checklist is one of my best free offers. I've put 1,000 people through that thing. And it's pretty much the exact checklist I used to launch my cash practice. And I just put it into a nice little PDF and offered it as a freebie. One of the other ones I've got that continues to sell and I don't want to sell it is the Cash PT Toolkit. I priced it at $1,000 because I didn't want it to sell, and I actually sold 2 of them last year. It's free when you get the Cash PT Blueprint course, but just the toolkit by itself isn't what people need. It's what they want. And it causes, at a lower price, when I was selling it for $47, it caused more customer support headaches than pretty much anything else we had. The Cash PT Blueprint's an amazing offer. The Income Impact Academy, put 160 people through that in 2020. That was an amazing offer. But at the same time, I've got so many offers that didn't pan out. So many offers that didn't pan out. I'd created a different version of the Income Impact Academy. It's called Income Impact something else. I can't remember what it's called. No one bought that one. Cash PT Marketing System. Everyone told me they wanted marketing. I knew they really needed to learn sales, but everyone told me they wanted marketing. I tried to sell a marketing course and everyone was unhappy. I sold like 35 of them at $2,000 or $2,500, and I got like 4 or 5 refund requests. And I was like, what? People just didn't want to do the work. My mastermind clients go through it, and the ones that go through it and set up killer businesses, but people just don't want to do the hard work. They want it done for you. And that's a little bit about what this is about. I'm going to get there in a second. You're responsible for your own success. Don't forget that. Okay. Number 18, you have to ignore the haters or use them as ammunition. So you send me an email these days and you tell me how much my shit stinks and how you were doing this long before I was, and who am I to do this, or why I need to, listen to the APTA really, and blah, blah, blah. I'll probably screenshot it and show everyone on Instagram it, because one, like, I'm not going to take that to heart because I have a successful business. I'm probably doing more money and helping more people than they are. And they're just saying this from a negative place in their mind, right? But two, I need to share it with other people so they know that, like, this isn't all, was it like something's in roses? Like, I don't know what the saying is. It's not all like grass and roses or flowers and roses. Like, there's a lot of negative things that happen. People tell you that your product isn't good and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, I know I use the exact same thing to make $1 million and you're telling me it's no good. It's not the thing. It's not the emails. It's like, it's you. Either you don't want it, you can't admit it, or you're not willing to do the work. I put my email sequences in the PT email engine that have made me, I don't know, well over $1 million in the clinic, easy. Made me $1 million in my coaching business, and someone's going to say that it doesn't work. Yeah, maybe not. It doesn't work for you, but it certainly worked for me, and I'm giving you the outline and backbone of how to do it. Basically, I'm giving you a roadmap. With my courses and with the PT email engine and mastermind, all I can do is give you the roadmap. And then, but you have to go to water and drink. You have to follow the roadmap. So people will buy your things and tell you how much it doesn't work. And you're like, I put my heart and soul into that. You can't let those things hurt you. Even though they do, you can't let them. And so you have to just ignore the haters and the trolls and just delete and block people when necessary. Even give them a refund. In November 2020, I had a negative month because I gave more in refunds than I generated. It was like leading up to the election, no one wanted to buy stuff. People were being weird and angry. And I had two, paid in full members who were, negative energy. They were energy vampires that we didn't get. They were one was combative. I was like, here's your money back. I cannot help you. Sometimes you have to ignore them or even just like delete them out of your life. Number 19, if you want to make a lot of money, you want to be successful, you want to be a leader, you want to be an expert, you want to have impact in other people's lives, and you want freedom from money, from the man, from your parents, from, location, from having to live in one place forever, you've got skills you need to learn. And one of those is you need to learn how to be coachable. Okay, you need to learn how to be coachable. You can't just get a coach and be like, well, I got a coach. You actually have to learn how to be coachable. You have to be able to take direction. You have to learn how to, kind of trust and have a little bit of blind faith. So part of being coachable is letting someone else make a decision for you. Like, I get decision fatigue. We were skiing a few weeks ago in Utah at Alton Snowbird, and then we did a day of cat skiing on a private ranch where the snow machine, the snowcat, drove us to the top of the mountain and was like, get off here, see at the bottom. And we had a guide that, ski with us. But for the first 2 days in Alton Snowbird, my buddy Will had been out there before, and Eric is a great skier. And I was just like, y'all make the decisions. Tell me where to go. I'm here to ski. I'm not here to decide how we're going to get down the mountain and what run's going to be the best and whether you want to do, powder or bumps this run or hit groomers. I was like, just tell me where to go. I'm happy to follow. As part of being coachable is, I paid Bedros a lot of money, and I say, hey, Bedros, here's the problem. He's like, all right, I want you to do it like this. I'm going to go do it like this. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to go to YouTube and see what YouTube says. I'm not going to go to a friend and be like, well, do you think Bedros is right? I'm going to do what Bedros says. And guess what? Bedros has made me a lot of money. He's helped me grow my business, my brand. He's helped me reach thousands and thousands of more people than I could have on my own. Sometimes you got to have a little blind faith that the person helping you out knows a little bit, which is a lot different than going around to your friends and being like, what do you think? Well, your friends haven't ever done what you want to do, so who cares what they think? Like, I don't really care what my friends or, even some of my patients, who've never grown a business like this, what they think about my social media. I've had patients tell me, you shouldn't really talk about cash and physical therapy all at the same. I was like, great, thank you for your advice. But if I don't talk about it, no one's going to know about it, and no clients are going to come to me. So I'm not going to take advice from people who aren't doing what I want to do. I'm going to take advice from people who've done it, and I'm going to do what they tell me I need to do. Like, straight up. That's how you can be coachable. Yes, you get to think for yourself. But when you have a problem like, well, do I buy the red Lamborghini or the yellow one? You go to your business coach and be like, well, which one do I buy? This is called a really good problem that I want to give people, is which color Lamborghini do you buy? Say, well, which color resonates with you the most? Which one works with your color palette for the clothes you wear? I mean, I don't know. Magnum PI drove a red one. Someone else had a yellow one. Like, I don't know. But you just got to, it's about saving you time from making this decision. So a lot of the calls I made with my CIs after I graduated and when I started my cash practice as a new grad, and everyone said, you can't do that. You don't have enough experience. Well, I would call my CIs and be like, have a trouble with a patient and say, hey, here's what's going on. And Alan would say, well, what do you think you should do? And I'd tell him, he's like, well, that's what I was thinking. You're on the right track. Just keep doing it. I mean, by the way, Alan Ling is going to speak at PT BizCon this year. Alan is a 35-year veteran in the physical therapy industry. He's been out in the Bay Area, one of the most competitive real estate markets in America, and his practice has survived when hundreds of others haven't. And I'm super excited to have him come. He's also a really close friend and amazing. But you have to learn how to be coachable. And I've spent a lot of time on this one because so many people come to me and they don't know how to be coachable. You're in your own way. You're way too analytical. And that's great when you're treating patients. But when you're trying to grow a business, speed is what matters, not thinking about things. Seriously. Impulsiveness. Look, I have ADD and I'm impulsive. Like, that's helped me grow my business fast. Take a lesson or don't. But sometimes you just got to press the button and make a decision and run with it and see what happens, because you're going to learn more about your business and about your customers than everyone else thinking, well, should I do it or not? Should I do it or not? Should I do it or not? That doesn't feel right to me. I usually think about things for 24 hours before I make a decision. Well, you know what? You've thought about that and I've already won the race. So stop thinking and just trust your gut or trust the person that you pay to give you the direction. And that's how you be coachable, and that's how you make a big impact in the world. 20, I got 2 more. Learn from your mistakes. You can win and you can learn. The only way you lose is when you quit. And that doesn't mean you quit something and do something else because you've learned that that's the better trajectory. It's when you quit moving forward altogether with your business or your career. That's when you lose. You quit. You quit before you gave it your full effort. Quit before you went all in. If you dip a toe in and you're like, this is hard, and you leave, maybe, okay, you've dipped a toe in and you don't have to consider yourself a quitter. But don't go around telling everyone you're going to do something and then you don't do it full bore. You got to go full bore. And part about going full bore and being coachable is learning from the mistakes, learning from the things that didn't work. Oh, that one strategy you gave me, it didn't work. Well, did you try it again? No. Did you alter it? No. Did you come and ask for help on changing your copywriting and updating your offer? No. Okay. Like, you quit on that because it got a little hard. Sorry. You got to learn from your mistakes. You have to go in and learn from your mistakes. Okay, what didn't work about this? And now's the time to use your analytical mind. Is to go in and analyze the funnel and go, where was the sticking point? It's like, we got to do a SFMA on your business. Like, this is the time to get analytical, is after you've run 100 people through your funnel and you're going, they're just not clicking the first button. Great. That's when you need to be analytical, not when you're trying to make a decision about which marketing strategy do I do and analyzing, should I do a coaching program or not? Like, just do it. And you can always be like, no, that didn't work. That wasn't right. I can guarantee you, I can join any coaching program and get some value out of it, as long as that person's doing something that I want to be doing or doing what I'm doing better than me. Even if they're not doing it better than me, I'm sure I can learn something new, because I have. Learn from your mistakes. I mean, I hope you learned that in college. You review your test, you look at the answers you got wrong and you study them. Well, that's what we do. So you can win and you can learn. And we report our wins and lessons every week in our mastermind group. Number 21, I talked about this already. You have to make decisions fast. The faster you can make decisions, the easier your life is going to feel, the faster you're going to learn, the faster you're going to win, the faster you're going to help people, the faster you're going to make money, and the faster you're going to become who you want to become. Bedros and Craig Ballantyne, who are my coaches in Empire Mastermind, say this all the time. I don't know who came up with it. But there's no person on a white horse coming to save you. There's no prince or princess or someone on a white horse coming to save you and do this for you. You need to take personal responsibility for your actions and for your business. There's no one can do this for you. You have to do it. And you have to be willing to go all in. You need to take personal responsibilities for your actions. And I wrote this in a Slack message about to some clients we were having issues with, because one of our VAs, who I didn't give perfect directions to, started doing things for them rather than teaching them how to use PT email engine. And I said, we're not a done-for-you agency. We're not going to do all the things for you. You come use PT email engine. I'm not going to write an ebook for you. I'm not going to set up in your website for you. I'm going to teach you how to do it so you know how to do the copywriting, you know how to and create the ebook and put it all together. I'm going to give you the backbone. I'm going to give you the formula. I'm going to give you pre-written emails, and I'm going to give you the support and the training to do it. But I'm not going to do it for you, because all that's doing is enabling you, just like our patients. Like, I can't exercise at home for them. I'm not going to enable my patients. We are a do-it-with-you coaching business. We do these things with you to have fun. You do it with other people. When you come on our trainings, generally, when you finish, you've got some things done, like new copy or a new ebook or new email or something. Like, we're going to do it with you, and we're going to do it with you as you go along. Because if we do it for you, then you're helpless. But if we do it with you and teach you, then you can take what I've created and make it even better, right? You can build on it and you can make it yours, and you can feel empowered, and you know how to give direction because you know what the end result should be. Is that making sense? I'd love to know. That was a little bit longer than I expected, but I was just writing all these things down. They all came out really quick. I'd love to know, if you're on YouTube or maybe you're listening, I'd love to know what your number one insight is, or what was most helpful for you, or what's the one thing of these 21 things that you need to learn. Like, on YouTube or even in Facebook, if you're there, comment below and let me know. If you're listening on iTunes, maybe take a screenshot, type it in, tag me at Aaron LeBauer, and shout it out on your Instagram stories. If you don't want to do that, just send me a DM or write a review and write it in there. Shout out on Instagram. Look, if you want to work together to learn these skills all modern business owners need to master in 2023, one of the best ways to do that and work together is to attend PT BizCon. PT BizCon is a 2-day live marketing and sales event for physical therapists. It's March 17th and 18th in Charlotte, North Carolina. We're going to have at least 9 world-class speakers. We've got networking events. There's a Cash PT social hour. There's a VIP social on Friday night. There's, the breaks are going to be half-hour longs with strategies and tasks that you're going to have to do to win thousands in prizes. I'm going to throw out money. We're going to raise money for Stan the Haiti Project. Last year, we raised $6,000 for them. This year, I want to raise $10,000. You're going to be surrounded by hundreds of your peers, and you're going to learn the secrets that you need to grow and scale your physical therapy business. Even one that's 100% online, without relying on the crooked insurance companies. If you want to do all that, you need to be at PT BizCon so you can leave with the exact step-by-step blueprint for massive success. If you're watching this, you can comment PT BizCon below or send me a DM with the word PT BizCon. If you're listening on the podcast, you can go to ptbizcon.com, ptbizcon.com. But if you send me a message, I'll send you a special link where you can get a BOGO ticket, a buy one, give one ticket at the special price that we've got. The price is going to go up as we go along. So be sure you go check it out and do it now, because you can still come when the price is more. It's just going to cost you a little bit more. But the reason I'm raising the price is to get you off the fence, to take action, just like I talked, make a decision to come and join us, even if it's a little inconvenient because you've got a family, or maybe it's close to spring break, or you've got to find a babysitter or call in sick at work. Okay? Just comment PT BizCon below. I'll send you the details. And I think the next thing is to say, look, I want to help 100 million people avoid unnecessary surgery and expensive imaging, or expensive imaging and unnecessary surgery, because people shouldn't die because they have back pain, but people do. People shouldn't get a staph infection because they've got a little knee pain that can be fixed with physical therapy because they're getting their meniscus repaired. That shouldn't happen. And I can't do that alone. I can't change the profession by myself. I can't change people's expectations of pain by myself. I need your help. And the best way I can help is, one, we can work together, in Platinum Mastermind and private coaching, but the best way I can help the most people is to put on an event like PT BizCon. So PT BizCon is the business marketing event for physical therapists. It's going to teach you real world marketing and sales strategies. It's stuff the APTA won't teach you. They won't let me teach you through the APTA. It's not like I never tried. Like I've tried this. PPS doesn't want me to speak and they don't want me to write articles for them. CSM won't accept any of my applications for talking. They don't want this information to be shared. So we're going to put on our own event, just like I used to put on my own webinars. So get your ticket to PT BizCon now, and I'll see you in March. Peace out.